Today I'll be reviewing Invisible Emmie by Terri Libenson. Today I'm reviewing Positively Izzy by Terri Libenson.
Today I'm reviewing Just Jamie by Terri Libenson.
Today I'm reviewing... Hi, I'm Dabby, but you can call me Dabz. So today I'm reviewing Becoming Brianna by Terri Libenson, and basically this book is part of a series. So Terri Libenson has written 3 other books: Invisible Emmie, Positively Izzy, and Just Jamie. And basically they're like books that are in the same universe, but the stories aren't really connected. You don't have to read them in any order. They don't come to be one big story. They're just 4 separate different stories in one universe. And basically this book is about Brianna. And Brianna, I have to check what I wrote. Also, if you're interested in any of those book reviews or any of those books and you want to know what they're about and if you should read them or not, you should go check out my book reviews on those 3 books. I did do book reviews on them. I will link them in the description. So this book is about Brianna, and Brianna is Emmie's best friend. And basically this book is about her. So Brianna doesn't like to be in the spotlight. She doesn't like to be on stage. She doesn't like to talk or do anything in front of a crowd. Her mom, however, is a drama teacher, and she loves to be in the spotlight, and she always wants her daughter to kind of be more like her, want to be in the spotlight and things like that. And this book is about Brianna agreeing to a bat mitzvah, which is basically a Jewish coming of age tradition. It's like not tradition. It's like a celebration, I think, and where the person has to lead the celebration or service in Hebrew, and that will be in front of a crowd. And Brianna agreed to that, even though she didn't really want to at first. And it's kind of about her preparing for this bat mitzvah and the struggles that come along the way. So this book was pretty fun. I would rate it 3.5 to 4 out of 5 stars, and I think that this book is relatable in ways that you don't really see at first. For example, I'm not Jewish, so I didn't relate in that way, but I also related in the way that I don't really like being in the spotlight. Obviously, it's okay to talk to people on YouTube through online or through video, but I don't really like being in person spotlight or in front of a in-person crowd. And so that's a way that I kind of related to this book. And then I feel like this book has aspects to it, little bits and pieces of Brianna that people can relate to, but it's not the whole personality maybe Just Jamie or Invisible Emmie might have, if that makes sense. So this book, I feel like I always say this in all of I said that in all of these book reviews too, but I really like the style of Terri Libenson's art. I really loved the little illustrations in this book, and the drawings are also really great in here. But one thing that I really liked was the style that Terri Libenson used, because it's very simple, but it's I don't know, it's cute, and it's very easy to read. It's really fun to kind of just skim through it, and it's not those very intricate and detailed sort of graphic novels or comic books where you can kind of look at the images and, I don't know, how do I explain this? If they're really detailed and really, really good, then I kind of take a bit of a longer time looking at them and kind of appreciating them, while this book, I kind of flew by it because it was more a simple style of art, yet it was still very fun, and it was very good for this type of book. Okay, so basically, in Invisible Emmie, Positively Izzy, and Just Jamie, there are two perspectives, and one of the perspectives is a very comic-y, like upbeat, colorful style of art and like comic books, while the other style is it's mostly writing. It's not like a lot of like speech bubbles and stuff. It's mostly writing with like little illustrations, kind of like the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books. Here, I'll show you. And the other perspective would, but in Becoming Brianna, how it was done is the first one that I showed you, the kind of more like writing and like the white background, that one was the past, while the colorful one was the present. And the past started at like 8 or 9 months ago and slowly came up to the moment of the present, and at the end they kind of like connected together. And I feel like, I don't know, I've never seen this type of like graphic novel or book or anything like that with like perspectives or chapters. So I feel like this was like very original and different, and it was very creative, but at some points it would make the story a bit hard to follow. I feel like most of the time I remembered and like knew, and it was pretty easy because of like the totally different like style, like comic or like format change. But sometimes, very like little sometimes, I would forget that it's like that, and I would keep reading the story and I'm like, what, this doesn't make sense, but then I would realize. Yeah, so it's like a little confusing, but if you pay attention to it, it's not. Yeah, I feel like the reason that the author did this was because in Becoming Brianna, there aren't that many characters that it focuses on, because there's not really like a conflict between, like a main conflict or main argument between Brianna and someone else. It's mostly just about Brianna herself. That's why it's called Becoming Brianna. Yeah. And then lastly, I kind of want to compare Becoming Brianna to these 3 books. I feel like in this book, there was less happening in the plot than those 3 books. I feel like it was just mostly her preparing for the bat mitzvah, her doing the bat mitzvah, and there were like little minor like things and struggles along the way, but I feel like it wasn't as eventful, and like, I don't know, not that much happened in this book, like compared to those 3 books, which makes me not like it as much as some of these books. If I were to like rank these books on how much I like them, I would go Invisible Emmie, then Just Jamie, then probably Izzy and Brianna would be same, or Brianna would be lower. I don't know, I like Invisible Emmie because it's about kind of like shy. She's shy at first, but also because she likes drawing, and those aspects of it kind of like relate to me. While, I don't know, this Becoming Brianna doesn't relate. I relate to it, but I don't relate to it as much as that book. So that'll be the end of my book review. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Like this video if you liked it, and subscribe for more content like this. Happy reading! It was a good, like, I don't know. It had a good, no. That's weird. Okay. They, not real people. Like, in person. Okay, let me restart this. All over, from the top. Okay. Like, I didn't write it down because it was like couple minutes, it was a couple seconds ago where I had the thought, and now I don't really remember what it was. Oh, now I remember. Okay. So, that was kind of 엉망진창.